read somewhere that you were called a yellow girl?
Yella.
Yellow.
It's Y-E-L-L-A.
Yellow.
Which means that you have no color at all. You're not black, you're not white.
This is an Afro-American terminology?
Yeah. It's a white man's terminology.
White man.
Yellow gal. As far as I know. But at any rate, everybody was calling me a yellow gal. And I'm also illegitimate. Now, we all know that whoever owns the slaves, if there's a beautiful girl in that herd, somebody's going to take advantage of that wonderful, beautiful girl. And that's the case where I'm from. Now, we have, after all these years, found a birth certificate. I was not able to find it myself because it's under another name. The last name is Eartha Kitt Fields. And I'm looking for Kitt. On the paper, it says Fields. So in this last year, I was asked to do a benefit for the Columbia University of South Carolina. As a joke, I said, why don't you ask the students of that college to do a research on Eartha Kitt? Maybe they can find a piece of paper that says, at least I exist. Well, they did, and they found this piece of paper. And it was also extremely interesting to me because when they called me and told me from this house of what these papers are in, the lady calls my house and she says, she called my daughter, and she said, we have this birth certificate and we are quite sure it's Eartha Kitt's birth certificate. Does she want us to send it to her through the mail or does she want to come in and pick it up? When I spoke to her directly on the phone, obviously I felt something in her voice that was saying, it's best for you to come and pick it up, even though there were no words there. I said, I'm going to be in South Carolina and the Columbia University to do this narration of this play. I will come into the building and pick it up myself, personally. I did, with my daughter. As we are walking through the lobby to go to the office of this lady, there was a lady standing in line, and she was looking for her. She was there to get her birth certificate as well. And this shows you how fate works and has always worked with me. And I do believe in fate and karma. What you do unto others is going to come back on you. I go in, and the lady who has the piece of paper, she has her hand over the paper like that. And she says, we know who your father is. But we cannot tell you who your father is. Because at the time you were born, if the man was not married to the mother, it was not legal for the name of the father to be put on the birth certificate. So I still have not gotten my father's name. I have to take somebody to court, and then the judge has to decide whether he wants to let me know who my father is. Now, I go back to the rehearsal, and when I get back to my hotel, I get a phone call. Biscuit, the lady one of my secretaries was standing in line when you went into the building and da-ga-da-ga-da, and she came back to the office and she was complaining that Eartha Kitt came into the office and blah, 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 and she went right through, and I'm standing there for hours and da-ga-da-ga-da-ga-da. He said, she's my cousin. The lady who was standing in line, who was blah, blah, blahing about Eartha, blah, 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 she turned out to be the secretary of the man who turned out to be the cousin of me, who's a white guy. And he met me at the hotel, and he says, yes, we know you are our cousin, but we were not supposed to talk about it. But if you really want us to now talk about it because you're so famous, welcome to the family. But I still have to go to court because I haven't had the time yet to go to South Carolina and have the judge decide whether he's going to let me know who my real father is, even though they know.
Is your father still alive?
Of course, I don't think he's alive now. But the cousins and the relatives are. So it may turn out that I own the whole state of South Carolina. Wouldn't that be funny? And if I owned I'm joking. But suppose that was to happen. You know what I would do? I would plant plantations of cotton from here to Timbuktu. And I would hire every goddamn agent I know to pick it. Except the one I have now, Jerry Cravat. He's very good.
And politicians. Pension.
Deduct everything, every privilege a politician has, I would deduct. No. You have to live on what you get as a salary.